What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Here we are at $250 already. Wow. This move, you guys. This red dragon, she was sleeping and she is angry. Oh, she's fierce. I did not expect this move to be this fierce. I mean, maybe to like 350, maybe to 300, and then some methodology there before going down. But damn, we just sent it. We broke out of this and we just straight sent it. Now we are in a bit of a precarious situation. Precarious, whatever the word, however you. I think it's precarious, not precarious. Anyways, we've got these lower lows. Okay, here. They kind of interact with that high, lower lows here, something like that. We can go lower. We don't want to go too much lower. For if we are not in this range and we break out of it to the downside, that could really be problematic for Bitcoin Cash. I mean, guys, that would not be good. Now, on the bright side, if you're a Bitcoin Cash faithful believer, cheaper Bitcoin Cash, I mean, at that point, guys, we can put away enough money every single week to buy, hopefully, several Bitcoin Cash a week. If not, maybe more for some of us, maybe less for some of us, but still, I mean, that's very appetizing prices. Maybe not after a big drop, but you buy when there's fear in the streets. The thing is, again, on Coinbase here, there's no volume. Like, what a terrific move we had here. What an absolutely stupendous move we had here. Look at the levels of volume we had. Even here, what a great move. And look at the level of volume. What a stupendous move down. This is a fierce move. This is the largest move, guys, we've seen, really, probably since 2024. And even then, we haven't seen anything this size. Like, this is crazy. And the lack of volume is astounding. It's absurd. I want to see, let's go to Binance and see if they have any volume. There's no volume on Binance. Why is the price dropping like this? I know that when there's low volume, low liquidity, it doesn't take much volume to move the price. But Bitcoin Cash has really high liquidity. And it might not have high volume right now, but most of the people who hold Bitcoin Cash, I know how you think, because I think the same way. You're looking at this and you're celebrating right now. You know where the price is going to go. You're not upset. It's upsetting if you put your life savings in up here. If you put it up here, it is upsetting. But you're probably new if you put your life savings in up here. Most of the people who hold most of the Bitcoin Cash, they've been holding. They've been holding, man, for a long time. Perhaps since its inception, if not 2018, 2019, 2023. You know, a lot of you have been holding for a long time, myself included. I can't imagine anybody selling here. We've been through worse. Doesn't mean that it can't happen again. Again, I can't imagine. Just because I can't imagine it doesn't mean it can't happen. But again, getting away from the main point, if we break this range, we will likely see prices that are down around $100. I have a very hard time imagining that. But here we are. That's the next step if we are to go lower. My assumption is, keep it simple. You found resistance up here, you likely find support down here. Just because this move is more aggressive than I thought it would be, doesn't mean that it's any more substantiated. There's a lack of volume here, guys. There's a real lack of volume, and that gives me a lot of confidence that we might see some serious recovery. Very, very serious recovery. We'll see. Maybe this price, maybe this is a manipulation, a manipulated effort. We know that the exchanges are capable of manipulating leverage positions in a way that moves the price around. We definitely know that as a fact. It's not even an assumption. It's definitely a fact. Perhaps they're doing this because they want to acquire more Bitcoin Cash because they don't have a lot on hand for reserves. We know that Binance has very shallow reserves of Bitcoin Cash, and they are the largest entity in the world for crypto. Perhaps they are causing the price to drop so they can scoop some up on the cheap. But I'm not selling them my coins. I hope you're not selling them your coins. This is a great time to buy, guys. This is a phenomenal time to buy. I need to call my family. I need to tell them what's up. Then you call my friend Leaf. If you're watching this, bro, you got to do this. Is the time. You said you didn't want to do it up here. You said if it goes down, you might, maybe just $1,000. Buy a few. What happens if the Bitcoin Cash faithful are right one day? You know? I mean, I'm serious, guys. It's not just a couple 100,000. I mean, we're going for the whole enchilada at some point, because for Bitcoin Cash, it's all or nothing. It either is or it isn't. Just like Bitcoin, right? The difference here is a lot of people think Bitcoin Cash can't reach these prices because Bitcoin already won. Bitcoin's already got the higher market cap. The thing is, that would be true if Bitcoin was aimed at being a peer-to-peer digital electronic cash system, which it's not. It's aimed at being a digital store of value system, store of value, anti-inflation system. This is also to hedge against inflation as well, but it's more for peer-to-peer cash. It's not just store of value. You can store your value in here, but it's meant to be cash. It's meant to be engaged with and used. And that's the whole point of Bitcoin itself. This is more like Bitcoin than Bitcoin is. This adheres more to the Satoshi white paper than Bitcoin does. And that's my whole point, is that they can both succeed. And Bitcoin Cash can even overtake Bitcoin if things get going the right way. This could be an effort for big money to step in. And we'll see. We'll see if the volume comes in, where that might take us. I really wouldn't be surprised if by the end of June, by the end of July, and certainly by the end of this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we were back up here, if we saw some massive recovery. Because, man, if we did this with this low volume, what happens when we get decent volume? When we get decent volume here or decent volume here, what happens? I'll tell you what happens. We've seen it before. This is what happens. This is what happens. All we need is a little bit of volume, and apparently even less. If we get that kind of volume, we might just bust through the roof. But again, pivotal, critical moment here. We don't want to go too much lower. A little bit lower is fine. We can go a little bit lower, and if I had to guess how much lower, like what's the give there, we don't want to go below 220. Let's just say that, okay? If we wick below there, that's fine, but we don't want to close below there. Enough talk. Enough talk. I know you love hearing my voice too. All right, looking at this here, we're in a downtrend. Clearly, we're in a downtrend. I mean, you're in this overall broad downtrend, which, by the way, guys, it's kind of exciting to think that here we are in this overall broad downtrend that's been going on since July of 2023 for 3 years now. And we're at the bottom of it. We're in the oversold zone. Typically, when you're in these downtrends that last a long time, you finish in the oversold zone. When you're in these uptrends that last a long time, you finish in the overbought zone. But in this case, we finished up here, right? Here, we got a little bit oversold, or we were near the oversold zone, but here we're deep in it. I think we're near the end. We're very near, very, very near the end. Here, downtrend, oversold area. That's where you finished, okay? Point being, what happens when we break out of this? What happens whenever we break out of this relative downtrend here within the overall downtrend here? Some good stuff is coming our way, you guys. And the stage is getting set. It's not going to be like bullish, bullish, bullish the whole time from here. Maybe, hopefully. Wouldn't that be great? But the stage will probably get set. And then we'll start to see more of a bullish thing. It'll look sideways for a little while. And in this time, we can go down and we can move sideways. We can see some volatility. We can, who knows what we do. But I'm curious to see. And the exciting thing is that this downtrend's coming to an end. It certainly is coming to an end. Stochastics are oversold, MACD is oversold, RSI is oversold. It looks like crap. Daily time frame here. Bullish divergence on the MACD, guys. Higher lows. Bullish divergence. The signs are there. We're very, very oversold on the MACD. You've got the lower lows here. This is actually a good point for the oscillators to bounce. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if we were above $300 over the coming weeks. Which isn't saying much, especially with the drop that we've had. But $300 from here, it's like a 20% move. It's not bad. It's not nothing. And perhaps even more. Again, I said over $300. So really, I mean, we're at 380 maybe. We're at 400 and something. Who knows? It's going to happen, and it's going to happen fast. You look at the daily time frame, it looks like it's a lot of volume, but it's really not. It's a lot of volume, relatively speaking. We're in a low volume time, though. Daily RSI is in the dumps. I don't think we've ever seen a lower RSI in Bitcoin Cash's history on the daily time frame. Yeah. Like, that's as low as it gets, guys. That's as low. I mean, we've never been below the 10 on the daily time frame. And we're there now. If that tells you anything about what possibly might be coming our way. It is completely possible that we go lower, a little bit lower, and that's fine if we do, but we don't want to go below 220. I don't think I have anything else to say. I've said enough. I've talked enough. There's bullish divergence on the daily MACD. No bullish divergence on the 4-hour. We had it, but we gave it up. That's okay. Stochastics, no bullish divergence there. MACD, no bullish divergence there. Yeah. It can get a little bit hairier before it gets more exciting. There is a lot of volume that is coming down here, though. A lot of volume. Notice here how this volume pushed us down. And then we had 2 candles in a row that had just as much volume, and we haven't gone anywhere. If there's a lot of volume at the lows, there's probably some buying going on. Probably, if I had to guess. And I'm guessing there's some buying going on. This is a buy zone. Don't get it mistaken. Don't get it twisted. Absolutely, this is a great time to buy. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin Cash after this video. Take care. Bye.